Well, good morning. We're out here on our little farm. We got our chickens in the background. It's about 30 degrees outside, and I just let them out, and they're in the coop usually all huddled together. These chickens are called Easter eggers because they lay these beautiful little eggs, and when you crack them open, there's nothing inside. The tomb is empty. Just kidding. They actually lay colored eggs, different colored eggs, and so they call them Easter eggers. But these Easter eggers, this morning when I came out to let them out, they were all huddled together in one little nesting box in that coop because it's 30 degrees out. It probably got down to the low 20s last night. So they huddle together to keep warm. And it just reminds me that, and sometimes we go through these difficult seasons, and they're not just difficult moments, they're difficult seasons. And oftentimes our tendency is to withdraw a little bit from people. We want to be alone, or we want to hide something. We don't want to appear to be a bother. We don't want to appear to be a complainer. We don't want people to know that we have problems because no one else does. I don't know. Or we figure we should just be able to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and do it. And so we tend to isolate ourselves. Well, if these guys did that overnight, it'd be a good way for them to freeze to death. And it just reminds me of what the author of the letter to the Hebrews says when he says, let's not forsake meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but let's encourage each other, and all the more as the day draws near. We go through these seasons, we go through these difficult times, and we need to stay connected, well, obviously to God, who's our source of life, but also to each other as we encourage one another, as we inspire one another, as maybe someone's been through what we're going through before, and they have some advice, either what they did wrong and things for us to avoid, or what they did right and what seemed to help. But that verse that we quote, don't forsake meeting together, it comes at the tail end of this whole discourse where it's talking about the priest and the law, where we have somebody else to minister for us before God. And it says Jesus fulfilled all that. He is the true and better priest of a true and better covenant, and therefore we can approach God ourselves with faith and with confidence, and we can walk in this ourselves. And for that reason, we shouldn't forsake this meeting together, but we should encourage each other. And it's just this, no one's going to fix your problem for you. No one's going to be able to walk your walk for you. Nobody's going to be able to just take this burden from you and deal with it on your behalf. You have to do it. It's your walk with God. It's your season that you're in. You're going to have to be the one to walk through it, but you don't walk through it alone. You should not walk through it alone. You walk through it with Christ. You keep your eyes on Him. You incline your heart and your mind to Him at every opportunity, and then you look to your left and your right, to those trusted others, that fellowship of the believers, people who are all pursuing that same course of study, all moving in the same direction towards Jesus and righteousness in Him, to come alongside you and to encourage you and to strengthen you when you're weak. Because if you're anything like me, you find yourself in times of weakness quite a bit. So we need each other. And I just want to encourage you this morning, as I was letting these chickens out, let's be like these chickens. When it gets cold, when it gets dark, when you start feeling lonely and things start getting hard, and it's not just a moment, it's turning into a season, let's huddle together with some of these others who are on this journey with us. Let's huddle together with our brothers and sisters in Christ. Let's huddle together with our flock so that we can keep warm, we can stay encouraged, we can be inspired, and we can move through this season. It's never going to be easy, but it can be easier. It's never going to just magically go away, but God will walk with us through it, and oftentimes He's going to do that through His children, whom He's placed around us. And sometimes you need a good watchdog. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you're inspired and encouraged by that. Bless you.